I never had anybody say that to me. That's 1968. You know, that's 4 years after my first trip, 5 years to the South. So I thought about it, and I said, you know, nobody's ever said this to me before. So I went back to my room at the Holiday Inn, checked out, got a different flight, get on the plane, flew back to Baltimore, get off the plane. I get off the plane, looked up at the set. Martin Luther King had been assassinated. I couldn't believe it. The whole world was on fire. Baltimore was on fire. Detroit, LA, I mean, it was surrealistic. Anybody today who thinks we're really in a tough time, everybody hates each other, the politics of America, they ain't seen nothing yet, as they say. This was America under siege. And so what I decided was I'm going to wait a couple of weeks and maybe I'll go back out again. Some people said to me, "What? I think that should be it. I don't think you should go back out there again."
You're young.
When you're young and foolish and take chances, which I had anyway, you say to yourself, "Oh, I don't wait a couple of weeks, I didn't." And so my first time out, I decided Alcorn A&M, which is in Norman, Mississippi, which is like saying this is on the border of Maine and Canada. And there ain't nobody there. There's a gas station and there's a school. So I figured, okay, I flew into Jackson and I drove down this beautiful Natchez Trace. Now, off and on over the years, there had been fire exchange between elements of African Americans and the state police. And boy, if you rode there through there at night, it's beautiful during the day. If you rode there at night, there ain't no lights, and you're taking your chances. So I went there during the day, went early, got there, got to practice, talk to the coaches. I think they really surprised to see me in some ways because there was just an easy feeling all throughout the South. And not being one of the older coaches or scouts that knew them for years that maybe would go, although I knew nobody was there the day I was there. And so I looked at some film. Then we went out to practice. And you always time the players at different times. We gave them a Wonderlic test, which is an IQ test for basically more so for decision making than whether you could read or write. And I kept timing the players, and I kept saying, "Coach, I got him in a 4.6 or 4.8." And he'd say, "Well, that ain't what I got." And so this kept going on and on and on. Every time I would say something, you know, he'd, "Hey, Bill, what do you got?" I'd say, "I got 4.8 on that, Coach." And he'd say, "Well, I got 4.6. We finally got the message at the end. This was telling me things were different. And finally, I would say, he'd say, "What do you got, Bill?" I say, I said, "What do you got, Coach?" And he'd say, "I got 4.8. I said, "I got the same thing too." I knew I better leave.
And you were on their turf. And you were on their turf.
Yeah, and I understood perfectly. Even though I was a scout with the Colts, I get in my car, and I saw a lot of people were watching, which never before from that gasoline station looked down onto the practice field. And I had a very uneasy feeling, might have been just my imagination, but you know when I get in the car and started down the Natchez Trace, saying, "Boy, it's getting dark, I hope I get the hell out of here and I'm able to get back to Jackson." But one of the things that still strikes me today is the juxtaposition of all the things that we see today and all the things we've seen leading up to where we are in America is I juxtapose my mind. What if I were African American and I was surrounded by a white world? How would I feel? That gave me the feeling as a white man that that's the way it must be for African Americans. That's never left me. It's only reinforced me of of that and another occasion, which was 1967, for the first time, Jackson, Mississippi, the Jackson Memorial Stadium was going to have its first African-American game between Grambling and Jackson State. I wanted to see that game, and then I wanted to figure out how could I get to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to see Southern U play that night. They were playing Alcorn. 5 years earlier, Governor Ross Barnett stood in the middle of the field and essentially said, the Confederacy today, the Confederacy forever. He had just, I think that day, blocked the door from James Meredith registering at the University of Mississippi. Mississippi was playing Kentucky that night, and it was a very, very famous scene that played throughout the country. And I've always tried to have a perspective of history. And so I said, I'm going to that game. It's the first, they called it black game.
Right.
I want to go to that game. They have a lot of prospects, but I want to be there for history to see two African-American teams play in a stadium that if they went near there 5 years before that, everybody had been shot.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the game. I thought I had enough information, so I hurriedly called a private airport, took my car out to the airport, left my car there, gave the guy my credit card. I said, can you fly me over the treetops to Baton Rouge? Which is what he did. And I'm looking at it and saying, oh my God, first of all, wait till the Colts get the bill for this, your own private plane, and are we going to make it alive? Well, finally we get to Baton Rouge. It's now night. It's a night game, and Southern U was playing that night against Alcorn A&M, and they had a kind of a makeshift press box set up